Well, howdy. Um, I just finished a recording of a live interview with AutoVitals Digital Shop Talk Radio, episode 40. I guess I'm episode 40. And wrote up the interview in a blog post, which was really not my intent. Um, Nevertheless, that's what's happened. It was a great interview with Tom Dorsey, and it was a lot of fun. I'm sure it was more fun for me than him. I was home in comfort of my own office. He was sitting on the floor in a hallway in the Venetian Hotel at the Specialty Equipment Manufacturers Association show at the Venetian Hotel in Las Vegas. So um, I know I was more comfortable than he was, but it was a great interview, and we talked about a lot of things that were really um, interesting. And while you'd think that most of them would be industry related, they'd be automotive aftermarket service industry related and repair community related, that really wasn't the case. Because all of the things that we talked about translate well across all industries, really, not just the automotive aftermarket, and certainly have applications in life as well. Um, One of the things that we talked about at great length was the idea of community and how important community is. And the basic focus of the interview was on how important it is to go ahead and make yourself available by attending events like large industry shows. Automotive Aftermarket Industry Week in Las Vegas, over 40,000 people attend. It's one of the biggest shows in Vegas. Uh, but really, this whole notion of community can be distilled into just relationships between people, and you don't need lots of people to make that happen. So, and it's also the notion that community's out there, whether you're aware of it or not. There are people out there that are interested in what you're interested in. There are people that are out there that are interested in you. There are probably people out there that you would find interesting. So it makes it almost a requirement to put yourself out there in the world and to see what's going on. Uh, it can help you in life and it can help you in business. There are lots of ideas out there to be shared. Um, we also talked about the role curiosity plays in success and trying to figure out what it is that you don't know you don't know. And generally, when you put yourself out there with other people with similar interests and similar experiences, you're likely to find out that they have probably either been on your journey as long as you have, perhaps a little bit longer, and they may have answers for you. And the thing that's really fascinating about that is the genuine goodness of people and their willingness to so unselfishly share everything that they know. Um, you're going to find a couple of misanthropes out there, I'm sure, that won't do that, that aren't interested in sharing. But realistically, the great number of people that you're going to find out there in the world are looking forward to the opportunity to share what they've learned and what they know, especially if they believe it'll help save another human being the pain and trauma they've been through trying to gain that knowledge. So that's important. That's an important point of all of this. And as is this whole notion of self-selection. Uh, nobody forces you to go to a meeting, an event, a show, an exposition. Unless it's part of your job, you have to want to go, and you have to get past the fear associated with being in a group of people and possibly feeling or appearing foolish because of what you don't know. Um, Once you get over that fear of possibly appearing foolish, then self-selection kicks in, and you raise your hand and you say, "Hi, I'm here. I want to learn. I want to grow. I have questions. There are things I don't understand." And that's the beginning of wisdom. That's the beginning of knowledge, and it can't be discounted. It's critically important. Uh, it also establishes the fact that you're either so desperate that you have nothing to lose and you're willing to go ahead and take a chance on success, whether financial success or business success or both, or success in life. Um, or you finally climb Maslow's ladder high enough so that you've reached self-actualization and you know what you need, you know what you want, and you're willing to go out there and grab it. Um, naturally, the book was a big part of the interview because there's an awful lot in the book that speaks to these very issues, and it was not by accident; it was by design. So I'm not going to tell you a lot more about the interview. Hopefully, if you got the time, you'll dial in and see what I had to say. I just listened to it myself. It was a really good interview. It was done well. Tom's good at what he does, and that's half the battle. Of course, I had a great deal of compassion for him while he sat on the floor in the hallway at the Venetian Hotel. But having said that, he held his own. He was a real professional, real trooper, and did a great job under the circumstances. So thank you, Tom, and Dustin and Oz. I thank you also for the technical part of the interview. So until tomorrow, stay well, take care. If you get a chance, take a listen, see what I had to say. I found what I had to say interesting and enlightening. I hope you will as well. Talk to you tomorrow.